Today we have with us Homer Knightstep, one of the valued teachers at 5 Points Elementary. And Homer, whenever we do the Epic View show, we always start off with one question. What is something interesting about you that no one would know?
Well, Mr. Petrie, thank you for being here. Something they may not know is I have taken off in 57 more airplanes than I've landed in.
Which means you jumped out of the airplanes, correct?
Jumped out of my airplanes, yes. I was part of the Army for almost 23 years. I was an Army Ranger. One of the cooler things that we did while I was assigned during the Kobe earthquake in Japan, I was part of the peacekeeping force that went in there to help them recover. One of the neat things that people don't know a lot about is soldiers often go to different countries as part of peacekeeping forces, and we get to interact with children. We brought in books, coloring books, crayons, pencils, pens, and stuff like that to try to get the children's memories a little bit off of the disaster that had just taken place and giving them something different to look forward to. So,
wow, yeah, because I've been in your room, so clearly the inspiration and passion is there. You engage your kids very well. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for your service to our country, and being an Army Ranger clearly is an extremely dangerous job. But here, now that you're a teacher and bringing that passion into the classrooms, we've had the opportunity to work together on a committee this year for TenMarks, which is our math program. Would you like to talk a little bit about the benefits of the program and maybe what you think it'll do for our kids long term?
okay. Clearly, as you said, we've been part of a committee for about a year. The committee was comprised of administrators, parents, and teachers. We were in consultation with different school systems all the way from Columbus to Cincinnati. After the research and kind of investigation, we've kind of decided to embrace TenMarks as our learning platform for math this year. The TenMarks system has a lot of positive pieces to it. Probably the most positive piece for me in the classroom is that it provides real-time lessons. The lessons that the teacher presents in the classroom are supported by video and different learning things that the kids can get into as they log into their own little queue on the site. The system will allow the children to show their level of expertise after the teacher has provided the lesson. Here you see an example of an amplifier. An amplifier is assigned to a student, which provides them with a short 2 to 3 minute video lesson, and it guides them through a visual representation of the key components to raise their understanding. Students are able to go through and practice a given topic, and then the information is recorded and provided to the teacher in a format that I can see and monitor proficiency. And the second component that we have within the TenMarks system is something called a jam session. A jam session basically gives each student a blitz, if you will, of questions in reference to a standard that we've been covering in the classroom. These are kind of similar to what us older teachers would refer to as flashcards. Students are given the opportunity to progress through a standard and answer as many questions as they can in a given amount of time. This helps instill automaticity of their math facts and also gives them a raised understanding of the standard that we're trying to complete in the classroom. I use TenMarks every day in the classroom. Generally speaking, usually Monday of the week, it's kind of a whole group lesson where I use the TenMarks videos that they have on the smartboard. So it's kind of like the big picture of what the lesson's going to be about and hitting the key points and actually teaching the lesson. And then I have the ability through TenMarks to assign lessons to the individual students based upon their readiness level. So they'll log in and they'll complete it. The system then gives me feedback on their readiness level. So they'll log in and they'll complete it. The system then gives me feedback on their scores. It also helps me see as a group where there are misconceptions or maybe one central point that kids are repeatedly having an area with, and then that gives me the opportunity to come in maybe the next morning and remediate that point or to specifically go to that part of a lesson so that we clear up any misunderstandings.
We are blessed to have top-notch kids in Springboro schools. Absolutely. And anything we put out to them with technology, they just thrive on it. So it's really exciting to see what's happening. It's great to have great teachers like you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.